Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the Makeup Mummy family. So today we're going to do a little get ready with me first impressions video. There's lots of makeup I want to be trying out, and I thought why not try it out with you guys and let's see if it works together. So if you guys want to see the makeup that I'm talking about, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so it's not a very nice day here. It's very dull and drab and it's raining. But hey, that's Scotland for you. And to be honest, I actually quite like the winter, I must admit. But yeah, let's talk a little bit of makeup first as well. So I have moisturised using my Avon Renew Vital Day Cream. That cream is amazing, and I've got a video coming up. It's a get unready with me video, and I go into more detail with the skincare that I'm using, so you'll see a little bit more about that. But we're going to go with primer first, and I'm going to be using the George Illuminating Primer Bright and Radiant, which is this one just right here. Now guys, George have just repackaged all their makeup, and I have to say it looks really nice. It's a lot more elegant looking and a lot more high-end looking, but it's still got the Asda price tag, which is good. I think this was like £5, so very inexpensive for a primer. What I'm going to do first is just tie back my hair, and then we shall get started with this. Okay guys, so I've put my headband on as well because there's nothing worse. I have a lot of like baby hairs, if you like, and honestly they just get everywhere. So I'm just going to use this. I know I look a right nutter, but hey ho. So let's just open this up. I don't know if it's got a seal on it. Yes, it does. So we'll just remove that right there. And let's put a little bit of this in. Oh. So it's more of like a cream primer rather than like your silicone, which is quite nice. I do like that. As far as smell, there's no smell at all, so again that's also quite good. So I'm just going to dab this on, and I'm going to see what we have on the back of this to let us know what this stuff does. Luminous glow whilst helping to eliminate uneven skin tone. Apply after day cream and apply before makeup. Wait 2 minutes for the texture to dry. So that's all it kind of gives you, is just that it's going to give you a glow and even out your skin tone. So let's just see what we feel about it. I do like the texture, I have to say. I like how it feels going on. It just does feel like your day cream. It just feels like you're putting moisturiser on. It feels very nice on the skin, I have to say. Quite lightweight. Yeah, I'm liking how that's feeling so far. I don't know about the uneven skin tone, but I do like it. So I'm just going to let that sit a little, and we're going to talk about the next product that we're going to be using, which is foundation. I've had this foundation for a while, but just haven't tried it out yet. So it's from The Ordinary, this one right here. I do have the serum foundation as well as the coverage, but today I'm going to go for coverage, and this is 1.1N in Fair. I have heard tons of raves about this foundation. I mean, if you remember way back when it was launched, there was waiting lists. It was impossible to get at one point. Now they're selling this on Beauty Bay, and I picked this up for like £5.95. So you're getting 30 mils, which again is your standard for any foundation. And it does come with a pump, which I do like. You know me in my pumpy foundations. So I want to see just how well this is going to cover. I want to see how it's going to last throughout the day. So I am going to do another check-in probably later on, maybe. 1, 2. I'm going to go with 2 because if it's full coverage, I don't want to go too ham with it. So as you can see, it's not a thick consistency, but you do see that it's still running, which is not bad at all. So I don't know whether to apply this with a beauty sponge or whether to apply it with my brush. I'm just going to put some on my face. I think the colour's going to be okay. It's nice and pale, like me. My middle name is Casper the Friendly Ghost. I'm just sort of dotting this about. There's still some on my hand, but again, I'm just going to wait and see how well that covers. I think I'm going to start with a beauty blender and maybe do another side with the brush just till we see how both sides look. Okay guys, so I've got my beauty sponge, just my Miracle Complexion Sponge from Real Techniques. It's slightly damp, and I'm just going to start going in there. I haven't put a lot on, I have to say. I've just dotted it. So I'm just going to kind of I like how it's blending out. It's blending out really, really nice. Okay guys, so that's that side pretty much blended in. I probably will just do a little bit more once I've got the other side in. But as you can see, I mean, that is obviously the side, excusing the dots, but that's the side without, and obviously this is the side that's covered. Definitely this, I would say, is not a matte. It's still looking very dewy, so I don't even know if that would be a semi-matte or not. I think it's more of a satin, but I'm going to wait and see how it dries down, because like that, it is just applied. So I'm just going to wait and see how it dries down, and then we can decide what we think of the finish. It does say that it is a semi-matte, but I'm not seeing that personally. I mean, when I'm moving my skin, I can still see it's very dewy looking, so I would go as far as saying a satin finish rather than semi-matte, but we'll see how it dries. Now for this side, I'm going to use my stippling brush, like my foundation brush that I would use, and I'm just going to go in there and do sort of the same, just buffing it into the skin, but obviously we're just using the brush to see how well both sides look. I'm just going to dip that brush in there again. I do feel, although this is high coverage, you know, I still feel I'm having to use probably more than the 2 pumps. I don't know if that's just me or if it is, if anyone else has had that issue, but I just feel that I'm having to use just slightly more than the 2 pumps for getting this foundation up to a full coverage level. But definitely it looks amazing on the skin so far. I mean, it is doing what it says. It's covering up anything that I don't want to be seen here. I'm just going to go on with my brush, because this is my problem area, is my nose, and I have found lately that the brush seems to even everything out just that little bit better than the sponge for my nose. Okay guys, so generally speaking, brush side and sponge side, I don't really see much of a difference there, to be honest. I think they both look very nice and even, and they both look full coverage. They are looking really, really nice at the moment. I mean, still this side's been on longer than this side, and it's still looking very dewy. So I would definitely say this foundation is not a semi-matte, it's definitely a satin. I mean, that's just my opinion, but as you can see, it's still sort of very dewy looking. I mean, so I don't know. I would say, like I've said, I'm sure I've mentioned in my video before, that I now am more of combo skin, because I do get oils down my T-zone, but yet my skin is quite dry. So I really am intrigued to see how this is going to wear. But anyway, that's that on, guys. So I definitely think for myself personally, I am still going to powder. Now I don't have a new powder to try out, so all I'm going to do is just pop off and powder my face with the Kiko Matte Fusion. Okay guys, so we're back. Sorry, my brush strap is falling down on me. As you can see, I've just powdered, so it has mattified it a little bit more, which is nicer. I mean, I do like the dewy effect, but I just feel that looked a little too dewy. But yeah, now that I've put the powder on it, it has settled all that down, so that's quite good. So what I'm going to do is apply some tape to my eyes, because I'm going to go and do my eyes first. That's just how I do my makeup. I know a lot of people would use their foundation after applying their eyeshadow just in case of fallout, but Michelle likes to do it the other way around and apply the eyeshadow first. So I'm just going to apply my tape and I'll be right back. Okay, tape is firmly in place, and yes, tape can lift your foundation and your base makeup. So all I do is just go back in with my sponge or brush and I just touch up those areas, and then I would apply concealer. I do recently, I have been applying the shadow without my tape. I just feel for this video I want to really get in there and go with it. So we're going to be using the Tarteless in Bloom, which I did a video about this. I think this is my last video, actually, my little haul. So I want to actually test these shadows out and see what we think. So this is what we've got right here. Very neutral palette, although we do have a lot of nice burgundies in there. These two here are quite deep burgundies, and then we've got two shimmers here, which are Funny Girl and Firecracker. Some transition shades up here as well. So I'm just going to create a nice, I think, smoky neutral eye, if that's even a thing. A bit of glam, but a bit of neutral going in there as well. So I'm just going to grab my big fluffy brush. I'm also going to be using the Tarte brush as well, just so we could test out and see how the brush feels and if that helps out the eyeshadows. This palette smells so bloody good, guys. It really does. So I think today it's very busy. Like I said, we've got kids to pick up. I've got some Christmassy things to do. I have some of my Avon things to do. I've got orders to get uploaded. And so it's getting very busy, especially at this time of year, because with Avon, where campaigns get a lot closer together. So there's more campaigns within the month. So a lot more orders coming in. Mayhem. But hey, hey ho. So I'm going to go in there with Charmer, which is just this very like ivory shade here, and I'm just going to place that all over the lid. I forgot to prime my eyelids, but hey, we're just going to go with it for this video. But I would definitely say, guys, for any of you, oh, I've got a line. For any of you starting out with makeup or whatnot, I would definitely recommend priming your eyes. For the simple fact is, if you're using some bright eyeshadows, which I have done in the past, and when you go to take it off at night time, your eyelids are stained. So I just feel it puts a barrier between the lid and your shadow. So just going in there for the second time. Okay guys, so then I'm going to go in with, I think, Flower Child, which is a slightly deeper, it's just slightly more nudie than Charmer. So it is this one just right here. And I'm just going to, again, stick with my fluffy brush, and we're going to do the same thing. I want to coat the lid with this. Okay. Now I want to start deepening things up, so I want to go in, I think, with, now will I go with Jet Set? I think I'm going to go with Smarty Pants. So Smarty Pants is just this one right here. So again, sticking with your nude, it's just more of a browner tone. So again, sticking with that fluffy brush, because I'm going to just go in along that line. Okay, now what I do like to do is I like to take a fluffier brush, and I do like to sort of blend colours, but I think normally I would use a brush like this, but I think I'm actually going to use our little Tarte brush here, and I'm just going to take that just over the edge of that line there. So what I do find is that brush is nice and soft. I might actually use that for in the crease actually. So I am going to start putting this one down, and I want to go in with the slightly smaller one. It's still the same fluffy sort of brush, but just smaller sized. And I'm going to go in there with Jet Set. So that is that more deeper brown just that we've got here, deeper nude. And I'm going to put that on top of Smarty Pants, just again to deepen that crease. Somebody's not happy. Okay, so again I'm going to go, I think this time I am going to take my bigger fluffy brush and just take that over the edge of that. Now you can use a circular motion when applying your eyeshadows, because that'll buff out as well as applying the colour. I just have this technique for me that seems to work for me. But like I said in many of my videos, I am not a makeup artist. I haven't trained to do this. This is just how I apply my makeup and what works for me. So it may not work for you. Okay, so I'm liking those colours, I have to say. They're blending out nicely. I did have a little trouble with this shade here. It just seemed to go a little patchy, but it's blended out okay now. So then what I want to do is, still sticking with deepening up that eye, I want to put a little bit of Sweetheart in there. Now Sweetheart is more of a mauvey pink, so that is this one just right here. Oh, forgot I had the film there. So I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution, and this is the E103, so just a very small fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in there with Sweetheart. Oh dear, somebody's really not happy. And I'm just going to just take that on the outer corner, just there, and work that into the crease. I don't want to bring it too far in, I just want to stick to the outer corner, and you're just doing the same on the other eye. So basically you're just laying that down in the corner, and then I'm going to take my fluffy brush and we're just going to blend that in towards the middle of the lid. Doing the same there. I do spend a lot of time on my eyes, guys, you'll notice, because I like things to be blended and I like things to be right. I'm a little bit of a nitpicker. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to start really warming that up now, not just deepening, but I'm warming that colour up. So I'm going to go with Rebel, which is this red brick colour right here. And again, I'm sticking with the outer corner, just laying that down and bringing it into the middle. Bringing it slightly further than I did the last one. So as you can see, those corners are really smoking up now, which is really, really nice. So I think I'm actually going to take my little blending brush here from Tarte, and I'm really starting to go in there, and I'm going to go with Leader. Now Leader is an extremely deep burgundy colour, so this is this corner one here. And what I want to do is I'm just dipping the brush in there. You do get a little bit of kickback from these, but nothing major. And again, I'm going in that corner, your outer V, and I'm bringing that to the middle of the lid this time. And I'm doing the same with the other eye. Okay, so that's really looking really nice, really smoky, really, really pretty colours. I have to say they're all blending in a dream. Now what I want to do is I don't want to go too deep now. I think I'm at the right depth for me. So what I want to do is I'm going to use one of these shimmer colours. I'm just going to apply them with a finger. I'm not going to do any sort of cut crease. I just want to put a little shimmer on there. So I think for this shade, I think I'm going to go with Firecracker. We can always add a little funny girl on top. So let's just go in there with Firecracker and I'll show you this shade first. So this is like quite a nice bronzy colour. I think that might actually be too dark on the lid. Let me just clean that finger off. So I think I am going to go with Funny Girl, I think, to start with, which is this like really champagne-y pinky gold. So I'm just going to apply that to the lid. Ooh, that is so pretty. My little girl is having a meltdown. I think she's just tired. See, recently she's not been getting a decent enough sleep at night. I don't know why she's been waking up at night, but she is. So again, we're just applying. So with the result, she's not sleeping at night. So she's obviously cranky the next day. And like I said, guys, I'm not hiding any of this. I'm not a way to shush my little girl, because you know what? She is my life, and she is the reason I get up and do what I have to do. And I want you guys to hear that in my videos. I'm not a way to try and hide any of that. It's just she's here and she's loud, and that's that. So now I've got the shimmer laid down. That's an absolutely stunningly beautiful colour. What I want to do is just take it into the corners, just neaten everything up a little bit. So I'm just trying to find one of my trusty little friends here. I think I'm going to go for this one, which is my E101 from Makeup Rev, just a really fine one. And I'm just going to go in there with that brush, see how it works. I'm just going to actually use this mirror right here, just so I can get a wee bit of a closer look. So what I will say about these shimmers are very creamy. Definitely I would say the finger works best. I mean, I'm not getting so much on the brush as I did at my finger, but it's still letting me get in just to the corners to tidy that up. Now what I want to do as well is I'm going to take a little bit of that Firecracker, and I think I'm going to lay Firecracker just on the outer corner there, just to sort of blend and tie in the shades. Oh, that's so pretty as well. You see that like bronzy effect there? I'm actually going to just lay that down there. These shimmers are beautiful and they're so creamy. I am loving, loving, loving how well these are working. So all I'm going to do is just buff those little edges. I want everything to look seamless. So can you guys see those shades? How beautiful they are. Okay guys, so that is pretty much the eye look. I would say these shadows are just amazing, but I'll recap at the end because obviously this video is going to be a long one, so I don't want to make it too long. So what I'm going to do is take this tape off. I'm going to clean everything up. I'm going to put my concealer on because I don't have a concealer I haven't tried before. So I'm just going to use my Primark one, which is my Perfect Colour in Porcelain. I'm just going to apply that as well as brows because again I don't have another brow product for you, so I'll be using the Avon Brow Definer as well as my Gimme Brow. So I'm going to go off and do all that and then we'll be back. Okay guys, so we have concealed, and I have to say the concealer layered up really nice on the foundation, no problem there. I've powdered again using my Kiko powder, and I've just put some brows on with my Avon pencil and my Gimme Brow. My eyebrows are not great because I'm just not good at eyebrows. I wholeheartedly admit this. And my eyebrows are needing a little bit of assistance. They're getting to that stage again. But hey ho, I digress. So I'm going to use this for bronzer. I haven't used this yet. So this is the Bourjois. I can't really pronounce that properly. This is their chocolate bronzer, and again, smells of chocolate. So I'm just going to peel this bit off here. So this is what the sort of shade looks like. You just pop that there. It's not too bad. I don't know if it'll be too dark for me, but we'll just go canny. I'm just going to bronze my face today. I'm not really wanting any severe contouring, so I'm just using my bronzing brush, should I say. And we're just going to swirl that around in there, kick off any excess and delve in. That's actually quite nice. It's not too dark. It's not too major. It's just sort of giving it a nice glow to the skin. I don't know if I prefer this to my e.l.f. I mean, I am a lover of my little e.l.f. duo, so but it is doing the job, and it is just a nice subtle hint of colour, which I suppose could be nice, especially if you're not going for anything too major. I think if you asked me between my e.l.f. and this one, I think I would definitely stick with my Fiji in e.l.f. But I do like it as just a hint of colour if you're not looking to go too mental with it. I don't know how it would be if like, it was proper like contouring with it. I would have to give that a go. But like today, it's not very good out there, and like I said, I've just got lots of running about to do, so I'm not away to spend a whole heap of time. I just want that nice healthy glow. So I do like it. I do like how the colour turned out. I just don't think it would be one that I would reach as much as my e.l.f., if you know what I mean. I just prefer the e.l.f. a little bit more, but it is a good bronzer. I do like that it's just bronzed my face, giving it a little bit of colour, and like I said, it's layered on top of the foundation again rather nicely. Now we're going to move on to blush, and again this is a palette I haven't used yet. So this is my Makeup Revolution blush palette. This is the Sugar and Spice. And as you can see, this is what you get. So you're getting your 6 matte blushes, and you're getting 2 highlights, because I would use them as highlights. You can use these as shimmery blushes, but for me, I don't like shimmery blushes, so I wouldn't use it for that. So I'm just going to grab my blush brush because I don't seem to have it here with me. Okay guys, so I think today, since I'm keeping it on the low key, I don't think I'm going to be using any of these bright pinks here. I think I do want to go for more of a more understated neutral blush. So I think I'm going to go for this corally one. I may actually even mix it with one of the nudes. So I think I'm going to go for the corally one, and then I'm going to mix that with a little bit of the very pale nude. Tap that off. I'm going very canny because I don't know how pigmented these are. Oh, these are pigmented. I mean, in my mirror, these are pigmented, guys. This is coming off. I don't want to look like Mrs. Piggy. So that's a word of caution for you. Just go careful because these are pigmented and you don't want to end up looking like a clown. Okay, so that's as much as I'm going to go on. I'm even going to, I think, buff that a little. I'm just going to take this very large brush here and just buff that out slightly. I mean, I don't know if that's showing on camera, but that is pigmented. Okay. I think even this cheek's slightly more flush than this one, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. So, I do like that. The colours are insanely pigmented for blush. I mean, looking at my mirror, honestly, this is looking rather rosy, but we're just going to roll with it. I'm sure it'll be fine. But I'm going to show you just what I mean. I mean, look at that pink, for instance. That's that very bright pink, and I'm just going to place that there. So, as you can see, really pigmented, very creamy in formula, but if you're not careful, that's going to be a huge mishap. So yeah, just be careful of that, guys, that this is pigmented. I'm actually going to have a look at those shimmery ones. I'm not going to put that on the face because I do have a palette that I'm about to try out for you guys. But as you can see how shimmery these are, you just couldn't get away with that as a blush. I mean, if you like shimmery blushes, that's great. But for me, I couldn't possibly put that on the face. So I definitely think these two are made for highlights rather than blushes. I'm sure even if you wanted to, you can add a little bit of the matte in with the shimmer, so you are getting a bit of a sheen off your blush. But for me, these will just be used as nice highlights. So moving on to highlight, we have this palette that I bought quite a while ago. I think you'll remember in one of my hauls. I got this off of Amazon. It was $12.99. So this is like the Delancey highlighting palette. As you can see, it looks very similar to one of the Anastasia. This packaging reminds me of the Moonchild packaging. But when you open it up, it doesn't have the wacky colours, although it does have a pink in there, but these are more sort of your bronzies, your white, pink and golden. I definitely think for me, these bronzies would be no use for my skin tone because they would just be far too dark. So I think if you've got darker skin, these would look absolutely beautiful on your skin. The pink, I don't think, again, on the daily I would use a pink highlight, so I would be sticking with these two here. But these, I would definitely use on the eye. So let me just swatch that very white highlight and the gold. So as you can see, that's those two, and I'm just going to pop these down here. So as you can see, guys, insane pigmentation, really, really pretty. I think I'm going to go with that gold one though. I just like the look of that. I really do. And I think my eye look is very just neutral, so I don't want to go too blinding on the highlight. So let me just swirl my brush in there and we're just going to apply this. Oh yes, that's beautiful. Stunning. That is really, really pretty. Really pretty. Applied really easy. The formula's soft, but it's not as soft as some of the highlights I've felt. Like I said, I really, really like this. Okay guys, so I'm going to finish my highlight and then we're going to come back to mascara. Okay guys, so I've just applied some lips. So I've just went with Ballerina, the Primark Lip Crayon, topped with NYX Madeline Butter Lip Gloss. So now I'm going to go with mascara. So I'm using the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. So I'm going to use this one for obviously my top, and then we've got this one for the bottom. I'm so excited to see how this works, guys. I really am. The bottle is just amazing with this faux leather look. So let me just try this out. So far I'm liking that. I can really see how that's lengthening my lashes. So I'm going to go and apply one coat and I'm going to come back and let you guys see. Okay guys, so that is one coat. I don't know if you guys can see the length I have gotten, and I really like the wand because it goes slimmer at the tip, so you can really get into this inner corner. So I'm going to go and pop off and apply another coat, and then we'll see how they go from there. Okay guys, so that is two coats. They do look a little clumpy. There's a little clumpiness going on, but I think you've got to be quick in applying. But in saying that, I am loving this mascara. It has lengthened my lashes so much, and it's even curled them a little and just fanned them out. And I like that you can get into the inner corner lashes. So now what I'm going to do is test this little bad boy out on the lower lashes and see what that does for us. So I like the little tip there so you can get into all those lashes. So I'm just going to start applying that now. Oh god, right away you can see the results. Look at that, just right away. Okay, so I'm going to apply it again, one coat, come back, show you, and then we'll apply it second and then show you. Okay guys, we're starting off quite in. As you can see, that's one coat, and oh my god, my bottom lashes have never looked better. They're just really fanned out, and I've even gotten right into the corner of those lashes so I can see each and every lash. So I'm going to apply a second coat and let you guys see. Okay guys, so that is the bottom lashes. I am blown away, guys. I am blown away. I mean, that is like amazing. Amazing. You can layer this up. I think that's enough for me. I don't want to go too mental with it, but as you can see, it is just an amazing mascara. I mean, I've gotten a lot. I mean, I know you can't really see, but I've gotten a lot of length out of those. When generally, like I've said to you, my eyelashes are just rubbish. I don't get a lot of volume from them at all. But this mascara, oh my god, it has given me tons of length, and they're looking fanned out. Even the bottom lashes are looking fanned out. I love that little brush for getting right in there. So I am a fan of this mascara. I definitely think I will be repurchasing because I love it. So let me just give you a recap. I'm so used to calling my husband hun. That is now a habit. Okay, so let's give a recap, guys, on what we've used today. The Tarte Bloom eyeshadow palette I am a huge fan of. Those shimmers are just absolutely beautiful, and the colours blended really well. I really like the natural eye. It's just looking amazing. The foundation so far, like I said, is sitting really nice on my skin. I don't seem to have any problem areas. Here I do have cracking, but like that, every foundation does that for me. I've said that when I've done any of my reviews for foundation, that this does that. What I'm looking for is to see if I get any sinkage in lines, to see if there's any separation. That's what I'm looking for with the foundation, because this nose area, every foundation, guys, every foundation. The primer, really nice. I liked it. The texture just reminded me of the Too Faced Hangover. That's the sort of consistency it was, as well as the Jordana. It had similarities with these. Really nice. Went on smooth, felt hydrating on the skin. What else did we do today? The highlighting palette, I am loving. I mean, that gold is just beautiful. And there is lots of colours in there, especially that white. If you're looking for a really bling on highlight, that'll be the one for you. The darker shades I'll just use for eyeshadows because they just wouldn't go for my skin. But anybody with darker skin, they will look just beautiful on you. What else did we do? I can't even remember all the things we tried, guys. My head's like, oh my god, I'm so shook with this mascara. The blush palette, love the blush palette. They are very pigmented, so guys, just beware of that, that if you're just applying and going in there, you're going to end up looking like a hot mess. So just be careful, because I nearly made that mistake with this side. It is looking a little bit more rosier than I probably would like compared to this side, but hey ho. Yeah, so all the products that I have tried here today, guys, currently I am loving. I really am. So far, so good. I mean, this foundation's been on for a good, let me see. We've probably had this on now for a good 45 minutes to an hour now, probably even more. And so far it's not done anything. Actually, this foundation's probably been on a little longer than that. I've been sitting here for a while and my butt is feeling rather numb. But yeah, I'm liking how everything's looking. So guys, out of everything I've tried, the shadow palette I am loving. I just think they work amazing well. The favourite for me probably today has got to be between the eyeshadow palette and the mascara, and I would probably even say the mascara has topped it. The foundation, obviously, I'm not going to give my, oh, I absolutely love it, because I want to wear it a little longer just to see how we go. But guys, that is everything so far. See you soon. Bye. Hey guys, so we are back for a quick check-in. I have just had lunch, so that's why my lipstick is looking a little worn. So this is going to be my one and only check-in, guys. I'm going to have to put the next update in the description box below. So remember, when you click on this video, to check down there, as that will notify you of what I feel. And you'll also have to forgive me. I don't know why I didn't do it, but I didn't timestamp today. I don't know why I didn't do that either. So for that, please accept my apologies. I don't know why I didn't do it. I really don't. But so far, like I said, this foundation has been on maybe 3.5 hours now. And it's not really doing anything. I wasn't expecting it to do anything, although I have noticed it starting to just sink into my little fine lines up here on my forehead. I don't even know if you guys will be able to tell this from there. But other than that, I don't see anything going on. I mean, the cracking is a little bit more severe around my nose, but again, I'm not blaming the foundation for that, because that is standard for my nose area. And the only way people are going to see that is if I sit and do that all day, and I'm not going to go walk around like that. So that doesn't really bother me. I don't really review a foundation off this creasing around my nose, because I get it with every foundation. But so far I'm liking how this foundation is looking. I mean, like I said, around my T-zone I do get oily, but it hasn't really done anything yet. There's nothing going on my cheek area, there's nothing going around my mouth area, no like sinking in, no like crackiness, no nothing going on there. So far I'm really liking how this foundation is looking, guys. You will notice my mascara has just dotted under my eyes, so the mascara was obviously still quite wet. Again, I'm not worried about that, guys, because if you ever do get mascara on your face, just let it settle down and dry, and then take a cotton bud and just remove it. And if you feel it has smudged anything, all I would do is, if it really needs it, add a little bit of concealer. If you don't feel it's that bad, just add a little bit of powder and you'll be good to go. But so far, I'm loving this. I really am liking how my face is looking. I'm loving the shadows, the shimmers, I'm loving the mascara. I'm loving how the foundation is looking. The only thing I'm not loving is my eyebrows. But practice makes perfect. I will keep on practicing, guys, and keep on practicing. And eventually one day, my eyebrows are going to look normal. And they're going to look good. And they're going to look like sisters, not cousins. But until that time, we'll have to put up with these. So, guys, I hope you have liked this video. If you have liked the video and you liked all the products you saw here today, then give this video a thumbs up. I know it's an extraordinarily long video. I'm really sorry about that. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you know, guys, it would really mean the world to me if you could. And if you do subscribe, remember and hit that bell, as that'll notify you every time I upload, which is Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays. And remember to check that description box, because the last of my update will be down there. So until the next one, guys, you take care, and we shall see you soon. Bye.